The end of the world in Islamic belief is not a mystery hidden in imagination. It is a reality described with precise and powerful signs. Signs that will not come slowly, but will appear one after another, changing everything humanity knows about life, time, and reality itself. And according to authentic Islamic teachings, when these signs begin, there will be no confusion left, only certainty that the final chapter of human history has already started. In Islamic belief, the end of time is not understood as a distant myth or a symbolic narrative, but as a defined and inevitable sequence of events known as the major signs of the last hour. The Qur'an consistently emphasizes that the day of judgment will come suddenly, at a moment unknown to humanity, and that its knowledge belongs solely to God. It calls people to reflect on the temporary nature of the world and the certainty of accountability. While the Qur'an establishes this foundation with powerful imagery of cosmic disruption and resurrection, the detailed unfolding of the final events is preserved in the authentic Hadith, the recorded sayings and teachings of Prophet Muhammad. These narrations describe not only what will happen, but also how these events will test human perception, belief, and moral strength. They present a timeline in which the familiar order of life gradually gives way to extraordinary and undeniable signs, removing all doubt and leaving humanity face to face with ultimate reality. Among the first and most significant of these signs is the emergence of Dajjal, described as the greatest trial ever to confront humanity. His appearance will occur during a time when truth is obscured, knowledge is misused, and moral clarity is weakened. The Hadith describe him as a figure who will move swiftly across the earth, entering most regions and influencing large populations in a very short period. What makes his trial so profound is not simply his presence, but the nature of the deception he brings. He will present what appears to be control over elements of the natural world, creating situations that test people's understanding of reality itself. In a world already facing hardship, scarcity, and uncertainty, many will be drawn to him out of desperation, curiosity, or confusion. His influence will challenge not only belief in God, but also the ability to distinguish between appearance and truth. This is why the Prophet Muhammad repeatedly warned about him, emphasizing that the greatest protection lies in knowledge, awareness, and a firm connection to faith. In response to this overwhelming trial, the return of Isa, Jesus, represents a decisive moment of restoration and clarity. According to Islamic tradition, he will descend at a time when believers are under immense pressure and when the influence of deception has reached its peak. His role is not to introduce a new message, but to reaffirm the original message of monotheism and truth. His presence symbolizes the restoration of balance after a period of extreme distortion. The confrontation between Isa and Dajjal represents more than a physical event. It is the resolution of a deep moral and spiritual conflict. With the defeat of Dajjal, a period of justice and stability is described, during which corruption is reduced and a sense of order returns to human society. However, this period is temporary, serving as a transition rather than a final resolution. Soon after, the emergence of Yachuj and Majooj introduces a new and overwhelming phase of chaos. These groups are mentioned in the Qur'an as being contained behind a barrier established in the past, and their release marks a moment when that restraint is lifted. Their numbers are described as immense, to the point that they will spread across the earth in waves, consuming resources and overwhelming regions without resistance. Unlike previous trials, this is not a test of deception, but of survival and endurance. Humanity, despite its advancements, will be unable to confront them through conventional means. This highlights a central theme in Islamic teachings: the limits of human power when faced with divine decree. Their eventual destruction will occur through divine intervention, reinforcing the idea that control ultimately belongs to God alone, and that human power has clear boundaries. As these events unfold, the stability of the natural world begins to break down in ways that are both visible and deeply unsettling. A vast cloud of smoke, known as the Dukhan, will spread across the sky, covering large portions of the earth. This event is mentioned in the Qur'an as a clear and unmistakable sign. The descriptions indicate that it will affect people differently, serving as both a warning and a consequence. The environment itself becomes a message, as the sky, once a symbol of stability, transforms into a source of fear and uncertainty. Shortly after, the emergence of Dabbat al-Ard represents a moment where the hidden becomes visible. This creature will speak to humanity and mark individuals, making the distinction between belief and disbelief clear and undeniable. At this stage, faith is no longer an internal matter alone. It becomes externally visible, removing the possibility of concealment or denial. This transformation emphasizes that the time of testing is ending and the time of clarity has arrived. One of the most profound and irreversible signs is the rising of the sun from the west, an event that represents a complete reversal of the natural order. Since the beginning of human history, the rising of the sun has been a constant, a reliable pattern that defines time and life itself. Its reversal signals not only a physical disruption, but a fundamental shift in the structure of reality. According to Islamic teachings, this moment marks the closing of the door of repentance. Until this point, no matter how far a person has strayed, the opportunity to return remains open. But with this event, that opportunity ends permanently. It is a powerful reminder that time, while seemingly abundant, is in fact limited, and that the opportunity for change is not endless. Alongside this, 3 massive landslides will occur in different parts of the world, one in the east, one in the west, and one in the Arabian Peninsula. These are not ordinary natural disasters, but extraordinary events that occur suddenly and reshape entire regions. The ground itself, which people depend on for stability and security, will collapse without warning. These events highlight the fragility of the physical world and the illusion of permanence that often surrounds it. They serve as a reminder that human structures, no matter how strong, exist within a system that is entirely dependent on divine will. The final major sign described in the Hadith is a great fire emerging from Yemen. This fire will spread across the land, not only as a destructive force, but as a guiding one, driving people toward their final place of gathering. It represents the closing stage of earthly life, where humanity is brought together in a single direction, leaving behind divisions of geography, status, and identity. As people are gathered, the focus shifts entirely from the world to what lies beyond it. This moment symbolizes the end of human history as it is known, and the transition into the next phase of existence. Taken together, these 10 major signs form a deeply interconnected and meaningful narrative within Islamic tradition. They are not isolated predictions, but parts of a larger framework that connects cosmic events with human responsibility and moral awareness. They move from deception to clarity, from trial to accountability, and from the visible world to the unseen reality that follows. Their purpose is not simply to inform, but to awaken reflection, urging individuals to consider their actions, their beliefs, and their ultimate destination. In their scale, certainty, and progression. These signs remind humanity that history is moving toward a defined and unavoidable conclusion, and that every moment in this life carries significance in what comes after.